Welcome to this screencast on using the OnTime Group Calendar 2011 API. This screencast is on using the API Explorer to work with appointments. Please note that this screencast assumes you already watched the previous screencasts on the fundamentals of the API as well as using the API Explorer. Here I am within my Notes calendar. Let me use the API Explorer to create appointments for this particular user. Switching to the API Explorer, you can see that I already logged in and received a token. Let me switch the endpoint and switch to the appointment create operation. Here you can see that I need to specify the API token as well as the appointment type. Let me just specify 0 for a normal appointment. I also need to specify the on-time user ID of the user where the appointment should be created. I also need to specify the start and end date time in on-time date format. When I scroll down, you can see I'm giving a load of fields to specify information about the appointment, such as start time zone, end time zone. I can specify the subject, as well as the location categories, whether it's a private meeting, and so on. Let me go ahead and submit the request. You can see I get a status OK back, indicating that the appointment was created within the calendar. The API also has a method called appointment changed that I can use to change or modify appointments. Again, you can see here that I need to specify the users, the on-time ID for the user calendar, as well as the unique ID of the appointment I want to change. This unique ID is actually returned when you create an appointment, but it's also returned from many of the other methods within the OnTime API. I also need to specify the last modified, which is a date timestamp we use to make sure that the appointment hasn't changed since you obtained the information. So here I can go ahead and I can change the date time until tomorrow. Like that. I can even go ahead and change the subject, location, and so on if I need so. Again, I get a status OK back. Going to Notes and refreshing, you can see the appointment was moved. The third method is called the appointment remove and is used to remove appointments. Again, I need to specify the last modified and the unique ID of the appointment that I want to delete. Submitting, I get a status OK back. Switching to Notes and refreshing, you can see the appointment disappeared. The appointment API also works with meetings. If I go to the API Explorer, I can actually also create real meetings. Changing the appointment type from type 0 to type 3, I can actually create a meeting. Let me change the subject from test to test meeting 1. Going down to the bottom, I can also specify that I would like Philip Alexander to join the meeting. For invitees and so on, you do not use on-time IDs, as you could invite external people as well. Submitting the request. Get a status OK back, indicating the meeting was created within my calendar, and switching to Philip's mail, you can also see that he got a meeting invitation. Just as before, I can use the appointment remove to delete the meeting. Again, I need to specify the unique ID of the meeting as well as the last modified date. Submitting the request, I can see that the meeting disappears from my calendar, and I can see that Philip receives a cancellation. Thank you for joining this screencast on using the OnTime API. If you have any questions about the OnTime API, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.